What's up guys, Jettwheat here and welcome back to another episode. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my personal rod and reel setup. So if you guys do enjoy, drop a like and let's get right into it. And on we'll go. Alright, so I get a lot of questions from you guys on TikTok about what kind of rod is that or what kind of reel is that. If you haven't checked out my TikTok, go check it out, link in the description. But this is the first rod I'm going to be going over. It is a Bass Pro Shops Pro Qualifier reel and rod. Both of them are Pro Qualifier and they're both amazing. This reel has lasted me a while and I've had it for multiple different years and it's never failed me. It is so good. It is a 6'6" rod, medium action, just so good, and it works for almost anything really. I use it for cranking, spinner baits, I use it for flipping, just about any type of fishing you can do on this rod and reel setup. The next rod and reel setup is a Jettwheat rod paired with what I don't know what kind of reel this is, because it was a gift from my dad, because he said it is an old one that he doesn't really use anymore. And I said, I'll put it to use. The brand, I don't know about what brand reel this is, just because of the fact that the brand is fading off of it and I can't read it. But it is a 6.3 gear ratio and it works just for about anything. 6.3 and 6.4 gear ratios work for almost any bait. Now this is a cranking rod, 7-foot medium action cranking rod. But the thing is, I like it better for flipping, because this is a Micro Magic. And it says it's for cranking, but for flipping it's better because the tip of this rod is just so sensitive. It is amazing. Like, I can feel almost all structures. I can feel almost all bites. It just is so good. It's honestly better for flipping than anything. That's why I have a Texas rig sitting here waiting to be used. This is a Bandito bug. I used it last time I went fishing. But it's just such a good setup for flipping. I absolutely love it. So I highly recommend the Micro Magic by Jettwheat for flipping. The next setup here is a Summit reel paired with a Shimano Crucial Graphite rod. It is just so good, and not very many people use this brand here. It's another one I got from my dad. This one and the other one are the only two I got from my dad, but these are just so good. He doesn't use these two reels anymore, and I don't know why, because these reels, they've done me really good. They are absolutely amazing. This is a 7.1 gear ratio. I got a spinnerbait on here, and it is a 7-foot rod, medium fast action. It is just so good, and it works really good for cranking, but I've used it for flipping too. Honestly, you can use almost any rod for flipping, honestly, but I like, 6.3 or higher for flipping, but I like to keep around the 6.3, 6.4 for flipping. But I've used this one for flipping too, but it's honestly better for a spinnerbait, is what I've learned. It's just such a good rod and reel setup. Summit is a decent reel. It's the only reel I have by them, but it works really good. And the Shimano rod is really good too, so I highly recommend this. This is another one of my favorites. This is another great setup of mine. It's one of the cheaper setups, but it's actually really good. So those setups over there are the more expensive setups. And honestly, you don't need super expensive rod and reels. Like, this right here is not very expensive at all, and it's done me really well. It is a speed spool reel, 6.4 reel. It is just absolutely amazing. And it is a Lew's speed stick rod, and it's just absolutely amazing. 6'6", medium fast action. This rod, honestly, I use it for flipping more than anything. So this is a really good rod and reel setup, not super expensive. So if you're trying to find a good budget rod and reel setup, this is one of them. Absolutely love them. I would definitely buy more of these because these are very reliable and they last me a while, because I've had this for a long time now. This is my only finesse rod that I got here. It's a really good finesse rod. It's a Veritas spinning reel rod by Abu Garcia, and it is honestly a really good rod right here. This is done me really well. I use it for finesse. As you guys can see, I have a little small 2-inch grub on it right here. I was fishing a pond with it the other day, but I've used different types of finesse baits on this rod. I have some braid on here with a leader right here, so I can use it for finesse. It's just such a good rod and reel setup. If you haven't used these Veritas 7-foot medium spinning reel rods, these are just so good. So if you need a good finesse rod, this is the one to use. So that was my personal rod and reel setup. I love all of those rods. I highly recommend getting all of those rods. All those rod and reel setups are just so good. any one of those. If you're thinking about getting any one of those, I highly recommend them. So I really hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did enjoy, drop a like. If you guys are brand new, don't forget to subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one.